Hello, hello. How's it going?
Hi.
Hey, everybody. This is season 7, episode 2 of There's Layers to This. We're not going to do our normal intro that we normally do because, as you can see from the title, we were at NFTLA just a couple of days ago. And so we actually got some pre-recorded film from there, and we did our intro and everything there with a couple fun guests, which you will get to see. But yeah, without further ado, we will start with that, and then you will see us again, and we'll talk about some events we're going to, some things that happened in the past week, and what are some upcoming Web3 events we're going to. Alrighty, well, we enjoy the recorded clip. Hey everyone, it's There's Layers to This, and I am one of your hosts, Valerie, aka V Dizzle, and
Creatress.
And we're here live at NFTLA, and we're here at the World of Women pre-brunch event. Tomorrow is the first official day of NFTLA, and we are on location at the Super Chief Gallery.
Yes. Welcome to season 7. Episode 2, live from LA.
Yes, so we've got some special guests we're going to bring on here in a minute. But if you're new to our show, welcome. I'm Valerie, and I've been in the space since May of 2021. I got into NFTs through Gary V and his NFT project called V Friends. I had offers on the secondary market of $140,000 that I could have sold it for, but I was very naive, didn't know that there were cycles. Things go up, things go down, but no worries, because it led me to an awesome community of people who are here building on the tech and very creative, and got to meet Creatress through the space. And here we are with our show and all that good stuff. But I really loved meeting people in the space, so I created a meetup group in San Diego called San Diego NFT Friends. And I love doing those events so much that I started a Web3 event company called Red Rug Edutainment. And so that's what I do full time. So yeah. What about you, Creatress? How'd you get in the space? What do you do?
Oh, I got in the space thanks to XRP. If you guys are familiar with XRP, Ripple, in 2017. And even though I'm not like a huge trader, actually, my main role here is an artist. But I did get in through the meme coins or altcoins, whatever you want to call XRP. And then I got pulled back in by Doge, also a meme / altcoin. But ultimately, ETH is what really did it for me, and NFTs on ETH in 2021 was what really got me in the space. And now we're here with our show, which is all about art. I'm an artist, Web3, NFTs, and Toads, right? This guy right here, Lorenzo.
And we may talk about skateboarding every now and then when we have our third co-host, Tyler. So shout out to Tyler.
Yes.
Who works for Lorenzo here. Sometimes he'll pop up on the show.
Yes, we love Tyler, and we do love skateboarding, and we also love lasagna. Yes, for anyone who doesn't know, our show, There's Layers to This, is called There's Layers to This, partly because this guy right here next to us, Lorenzo, our mascot, is modeled after Garfield, who is a cat who loves lasagna.
Yes, his favorite food. And just like lasagna has layers, we know blockchain has layers, and us as humans, we have layers. So we talk about all the layers here on our show.
That's right. So thank you for joining us today. We are going to be doing a couple interviews and talking about a bunch more things, but we wanted to give you guys a quick little preview of what NFTLA looks like in case you didn't make it out here.
Yeah, so hopefully you're enjoying the visuals. Some of the artists, they won in one of the open calls, and so I think we're gonna interview Jenny here in just a moment from
Yes.
One Love DAO, who was curating a lot of these artists for the open call here at
Yes.
NFTLA.
Stay tuned for that segment. Welcome back. This is our segment, our special guest segment. So here we are at NFTLA, like we said, but now we're joined by a most special person, Miss Jennifer Pepin, and she is an artist first and foremost, also a curator, also the president and co-founder of One Love DAO. So thank you so much for being on the show finally.
Thank you for having me. I've wanted to be on the show for some time, so this is amazing, and I'm happy to do it with you ladies.
And this is actually my first time finally meeting Jenny. Creatress has talked about good stuff all around about what Jenny does and all the curation and all the art you've submitted, and so it's been awesome to finally meet in person, and I'm sure we'll do stuff together probably in the future.
I look forward to that. I look forward to that.
So
Me too.
Jenny, you did do the curation for the art during NFTLA 2025 right here at Super Chief. How was that experience for you?
I think it's been a lovely experience, to be honest with you. When I got the opportunity, I really just jumped, and went through that thread on a daily basis to see like the different things that people were submitting, and it was so incredibly hard, but I narrowed it down to 5 particular artists, and I knew that because this was Super Chief, that if I could travel and make sure that I got the pictures and also just enjoy it, like just from an experience as an observer, that I was going to do that. So yeah, I made it. I came out from Tampa, and I'm here, and I've been able to capture awesome videos, awesome pictures, and send it to the artist. And hopefully some of them who have art that's actually being exhibited that's for sale, get some sales out of this. That would be like a huge win all around.
Oh, okay. And so how would they go if anyone's interested in collecting and buying the art? How would they go about that?
So if you visit my Twitter or also my Instagram stories and likely my feed, I'll figure out how I'm going to do that with the different artists. I will make those posts, tag them, and if their art is for sale, you'll be able to see that piece and the link where you can get it. So yeah, just stay tuned to my Twitter page, which is Jenny, JENI _ Pepin, PEPEN, and you'll see it there. And then on Instagram, admittedly, it's not the easiest handle, so please, guys, don't kill me, but it's my childhood nickname, which is like Jenita, so little Jen, which is JENITA. And you'll see the info there as well.
Okay, all right. I'll keep a lookout at that. I'm sure we'll post up the links and the posts and everything on our channel. But I did see Jenny work really, really hard. She was taking photographs of all the artwork. She was getting her sweat on because she was doing some squats.
She was.
She works really, really hard. With that being said, I know you're always probably working on other things. Is there anything else you want to share?
Yeah, actually, there is an upcoming Mother's Day drop. So if you go onto the One Love Art DAO's Twitter page, it's the pinned tweet. Encourage artists from any medium, discipline to apply. There's going to be 15 selected artists. The 15 selected artists will have their artwork featured in dual format. It'll be on Object in the brand new One Love Art Gallery. Shout out to Object for giving us that. But also IRL at the Gates Hotel, Miami South Beach, at the digital gallery that I am the owner of. You can see the art there and enjoy it, like in a different format live. So yeah, I really would love to encourage artists to apply to that. It's celebrating and honoring mothers. And the name of the exhibition is actually really dope. It's Dear Mama, like the Tupac song.
Yeah.
I love it.
We are doing that proudly in collaboration with Eton, West African Artistry, Eton World, which is a community that Sierra Juju Mama created, as well as NFTCLT. which is headed up by Sheena Douglas. So yeah, check out that and apply and see if you can get in. Other than that, I think the next steps for us are to plan NFT NYC activities. And once we get those completely solidified, we will be posting about those and the dates and how you can RSVP. So stay tuned for that as well.
Oh my gosh, how exciting. I love all of this that's coming out. This is exciting, and I think there's layers to this. I think me and Creatures, we will see you at NFTLA, NFT NYC.
We're already seeing each other at NFTLA. We're here right now.
Also. Yes. So, okay, that's going to be our next interview there. We'll probably interview there and see how it went down.
Absolutely, and I would absolutely love to see Creatures perform as well. So yeah, I'll be on the lookout for you ladies for the podcast, and also for my girl for her shows.
Thank you.
If you're listening and you have an event, she's your person. I had her in Miami Art Week, and she absolutely crushed it. Everybody had the most positive feedback, and that's exactly what like every event organizer wants. Like they want to have quality talent, and she's your girl, so hit her up.
Thank you.
I second that for sure.
You guys are the best.
Well, thank you so much, Jenny, for hopping on our show today.
Thank you.
It's been awesome, and yeah, we'll see you at the next one.
To many more.
Bye.
Hey, one love.
We are back with our Artist Spotlight segment. We're here at NFTLA with Miss Kaylee Van Fossen, featured artist of the show. So we're super lucky because her art is actually on the screens behind us. Not right at this moment, but it is cycling
I'll
through.
point it out once it comes up.
Yeah, we're just here and we're going to ask her just a couple questions about her art. Thanks for joining us, Kaylee.
Thank you for having me.
We actually the three of us drove up together.
Yes.
And we pulled up in a Tesla, and actually we got the Chip Nails. So actually, real quick, shout out to Chip Nails. We want to show.
I've already lost a couple.
Okay, maybe we won't show.
All right, it's all good.
Lost a couple, if I'm being honest.
We're just over here being, girlies here at the Wow Brunch. But yes, Kaylee is showcasing an art piece, and so I would love to know, what is the title of your piece and what it is about?
So the title of my piece is called A Confluence of Gestures. It's a representation of shifting perspectives and the symbolic gestures of the influences and the people who guide us to who we become as a person and the choices that we make. And so for the visual representation of that, I chose to create a piece with representation by hands. So you have one main figure whose hands are fully opaque, and then you have other hands gesturing around their hands that are translucent. And those translucent hands are symbolic of the influences that guided them.
I love that.
To make a choice. And so if you really look at the piece, as I said, it's titled A Confluence of Gestures. It lives on Super Rare. And not collected yet, by the way, if you want to, I'm
It's available for
saying
now.
what I'm saying.
Okay.
But I when I create my work, it's all reflective of some shifting perspective or some nuance, making seen the unseen, the mood of the physical presence of a subject. And so I represent that mood through abstraction often and color. And so that's all I have to say about the work I contributed to the show. And shout out to Paloma Rodriguez at Super Rare for curating my work to participate in NFTLA with Super Chief. And that's it.
And can I actually ask you one more question? Sure. So,
No.
Okay. Sorry.
That's it.
Whatever the
We're
artist
done
wants. Okay. Well, actually, I know that you shared with us that this is also your first time attending like an IRL Web3
Oh my
event.
gosh.
So I would love to
Yes.
know, how has that been for you?
It is, honestly, I love that it was really a mellow and low-key day before. So I got to really hang with friends and chat with friends in person and just have fun, drink. mimosas with beet juice.
With beet
never
juice.
would have. It's good. I recommend. And you know, it's just been a really awesome day. It's rare for me, with as many times as I've been exhibited. Oh my God, that sounds like a brag.
Well,
That's
hell
okay.
yeah, girl. Way to go.
Let's go. we have
I want more of
many
that.
times
Hold on.
exhibited.
Let me put my ego
artist
in
right
check
here.
real quick.
No, that's okay.
Honestly, this is the first one that I've attended in person with my work in this crypto Web3 space. And that's really special for me. So I bought a Super Chief Gallery hoodie as a gesture of my appreciation. See what I did there?
I love
love
that
it.
gesture. Hey.
Mimosa down my face because
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much. Wait, one more question. Where, if I wanted to purchase as a collector, me or anyone, a collector who
I
might
would
be,
love that. Thank you so much.
Where would we go?
On Super Rare, or you can go to my website, kayleevanfossen.com, or you can search me at Kaylee Van Fossen on socials and just search a confluence of gestures. And you can find it on my website. That'll link you directly to Super Rare. You can go to Super Rare and search my name. You can go to x.com, type my username, search a confluence of gestures. It'll pop up. So I make it pain-free for you guys to find my work in shows and everything else.
And how
Beautiful.
do you spell your name for people who are curious?
KAELIVANFOSSEN.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Well, we'll definitely link it at the bottom of our screen, and we'll showcase where they can collect your art. So,
Thank you so much.
yeah, thanks for being on our show. There's layers to this.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
See you guys.
Bye. Cheers.
All right, welcome back. We have another fabulous segment, and this is going to be the giveaway segment. Very excited.
We have an announcement. If you couldn't guess already what's in the middle of us, but if you don't know what this is a WoW Galaxy Monopoly limited edition set. And I hear that this set is made in mahogany wood.
Whoa.
And so you can kind of guess that it might be a little bit of a pricey prize, but we are giving it away. So
Prize.
pricey prize. But we're giving it away to you guys for free. And so, yeah, we're super excited to announce that we'll be collaborating with World of Women to do this awesome special giveaway for you guys.
Yes.
So stay tuned. Definitely follow our show next week, Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific, and we'll share more details on how you can enter. But you definitely have to be there to get the information, okay? So this is only for you guys who are loyal fans who tune in every week, okay? So we're super excited. And I have been wanting one of these for a very long time when they first came out. And so, yeah, I was super happy to get one. We both got gifted one. So thank you so
both got
much
gifted one, yes.
for this. It was super unexpected. We had no idea. But hey, right place at the right time with the right people, and a reason why you guys need to come out to these Web3 events, these
You gotta be
IRL
there.
events. You just never know
gotta
what's
be
gonna
there.
happen,
You
who
never
you're gonna
know.
meet, what gifts you might get, what swag.
What giveaways you might end up doing.
Yeah,
So,
you never know.
Hey, I just want to make sure you know that we're always looking out for you guys. We're
Yeah.
always finding ways to do cool giveaways. So this is just like the latest and greatest one. I don't know if you remember, if you've been here a while, you remember we did give away $500 worth of Bitcoin.
Yes, we did.
Season 5.
Yeah.
So
We've
yes.
given away a Tamagotchi, a collectible 1995 OG
Yes.
straight from Comic-Con. Remember
Straight
when
from
we did
Comic-Con.
that?
Yep.
We've done some
So-
cool stuff. We've given away Pudgy Penguin stuffed animals.
Yes, Pudgy Penguins, Tamagotchi,
Yes.
ICP, BTC. I mean,
So-
we're on a roll and we're not planning on
Oh,
stopping.
just stay tuned.
So,
Who knows
please.
what's in store for season 7? I mean, this is only episode 2, so come on, guys.
Yes. Stay tuned.
And with that being said, if you're interested and you have a brand, product, company, or service you want to market, well, hey, we are your girls to sponsor. Because I mean, like,
Bad
look
boy
at this
right here.
dope set, like our studio for today, and the giveaways we're doing. I mean, just come on. I'm sorry.
Shout out.
I
Shout
got
out to Super Chief.
I got a toot our horn. Yes, shout out to Super Chief for this awesome studio for us today.
And the artists.
They actually like put this whole stage together just for our show. By the way,
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Like,
we're gonna say that, but even though it may or may not be factual, we're gonna go with that for
I
today.
mean,
all
it
right?
was a
'Cause
pretty
we are here.
exclusive event. Like
It was
we
incredibly
came
exclusive.
to today. So just saying, felt like it was for us. So just saying.
So shout out to anybody who makes it out to NFTLA. We're here on a little bit of the preview day, matinee, if you will. But we had to make it out for the bubbly brunch.
yeah, bubbly.
For the wow community. So I'm really happy I came. We got to have some like really nice mimosas with fresh juice.
Fresh juice.
They had a really nice juice
It's a
sponsor.
healthy mimosa here.
It is actually. It's partly healthy and the other partly bubbly grapes, which is also kind of healthy. So I think we're doing good.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Delicious. Well,
All right.
if you didn't make it out to NFTLA this year, please make it out next year if you can. And if not, we're probably going to be potentially maybe in Vegas next
Bitcoin,
month.
Las Vegas.
Maybe New York in
see you
June.
there. See you in New York. So
Stay tuned.
Maybe Creatures will be in Mexico as well. Maybe again in New York.
Maybe again.
There are things happening.
Yeah, maybe Vegas, maybe New York, maybe Mexico, maybe New York again, maybe
Yeah.
all of the above. So stay
Maybe
tuned.
Japan and international.
Oh my God. Okay, maybe Japan this year. Who knows? If you guys want us to cover one of your events, just like we are doing right now, get in touch. We are completely open to that. We will travel.
open.
We'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
And if you just want your brand on like the ticker that's scrolling across underneath us, you can also get in touch because that's also a possibility. So thank you so much to all our loyal listeners for tuning in again. We will be back with more Web3 space and art news very soon.
All right. See you guys. Wow. All right. We are back. Wow. That was crazy actually watching that back. I know NFTLA is still happening right now. I think tomorrow's the official last day, and I'm like, I want to go back. It was such good vibes.
Yeah, that was really fun. I had FOMO watching us. I'm like, I wish I was there right now.
Yeah, I think today is Bitcoin and Ordinal Day at NFTLA, and so shout out to the Oni Force. I know they're on stage speaking. I think Tony is speaking today too. Troy. Troy is speaking today of the Ordinauts. We also got to hang out with him. I feel like I need to put like a little clip together of like what happened after the brunch, because that was like a whole little adventure and just some fun times. So, oh my God, Kaylee's in the chat. Who says, I want to go back. I know. I was like, ask Creatress. I was literally texting her today. I was like, what do you think? Like, should we go up again today? But your girls, we got responsibilities. All right. We can't.
We had the show. We couldn't let you guys down.
We have a show to run and things to do. People are traveling. Oh my God, Kaylee's like, yes. Oh my gosh, she would have been down. We figured, we're like, if we text Kaylee, she's probably gonna be down.
She is down. She's still down.
I love her. But yeah, so that was I guess as Creature said, that was like the preview matinee leading up to NFTLA. And so yeah, for anyone who is up there, I hope you guys are having a blast. Please share more pictures on socials. And if there's any alpha, also share that with us, be nice. Any tickers?
What's the ticker?
What is the ticker? Well, I don't got tickers for you, but I do have some stuff that we want to talk about what happened this previous week. So if you've ever been to our show before, we have a couple different segments. Obviously, we showed you when we were at NFTLA and we had just interviewed some artists, but we also had some really other cool stuff happened this past week. So just wanted to share that. So actually last Thursday, I want to say, Keegan and I, we were invited to attend Canva. Who uses Canva? I know I do. Me and Creatress.
Definitely.
We use it all the time to make gifts, to make flyers, to do fun projects. We've used it to make like commercials to be shown in the movie theater before. So Canva is like a really, really powerful and popular tool to get creative. They have, stock images on there, elements and things that you can like design really cool stuff. So it was an honor that Keegan and I were able to attend. Thankfully, shout out to San Diego Unified School District. They have a partnership with Canva. And so I got to see Cynthia Erivo. Some of you may recognize her as the Wicked Witch of the East, is it? Or Wicked Witch of the West? I forget.
Oh,
East,
I'm actually not sure.
I don't know. Someone tell me in the comments. But she was one of the speakers. But overall, the conference, like all the AI platforms were there. Like Leonardo AI, which Creatress turned me on to 3 years ago already. They were there hosting like workshops, like showing you how to use their tools. And then Anthropic was there, which for those who don't know is the creator of Claude. Many people use Claude, especially to do code. Like they write prompts saying, hey, I want an app to be like this, right? And look like that. And so Claude will create the code for you. And so these are very powerful AIs, and they were all there. It was pretty cool. And Canva had announced and they went live with their newest AI launch, which basically you can create code as well. And I think it's text to image or image to video, which if you watched our segment where, we were at NFTLA, you might have seen a couple of those that I played around with. So that was AI turning our mascot Lorenzo.
I was wondering how you did that. I'm like, Val's doing some animations now. This is new. Okay.
Well,
okay,
I am not an animator by any means. I do not know how to do 3D models. I mean, I'm sure I can learn. But yeah. So, Kaylee says she uses Canva all the time. Yep. And let's see, we have Isabel saying, I love Canva. Yeah. For those of us who get creative and stuff, like Canva's like the number one tool we probably use. But I have some, video, a short video I think I can share on what here's an image. So Cynthia was speaking on this stage. Let me share it here. Oops, wait, I just removed it. My bad. I'm doing a lot here. I'm managing the behind the scenes production. So give me a second to add it to the stage.
You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing. For anyone who's tuning in, please remember to share this with somebody.
Yes,
send
please.
This via text. Share it on your socials, whatever social you're on. Feel free to share it so more people can watch. All right, back to the segment.
So this was actually at the not the Forum in LA. It was at the SoFi Stadium. And it was, I haven't been to the SoFi Stadium since they rebuilt it and all that stuff. So there's the YouTube theater. So you could see it was packed. Like this is the bottom floor. Oh, Zal is saying you were there too. Cool.
Maybe he uses Canva too.
I'm sure. Yeah. A lot of people, I assume if you're an artist and you're in the Web3 space, you may be using these AI tools and Canva. So I wouldn't be surprised. But this was just the bottom floor. There was also the second floor, which was the balcony that was filled. So it was super packed. And of course, who wouldn't want to see Cynthia? And she's just someone who's super creative and who taps into, her artistry. And so I think she was just great to close out the conference. I think I have a video here I can share a little bit of.
And it was mind-boggling, but I was sort of...
So that's just a really, really short clip. I have longer ones, 6-minute videos and stuff, but yeah, I didn't want to take up our whole show about that. But no, it was an awesome experience that Keegan and I got to go to, and we got really cool swag. We got these like Canva bags. I don't know, they're somewhere around here. But it was very like spring vibes. Like they even had like a ball pit with like rubber duckies. You can go, and people were taking them after the conference was over and stuff. So yeah, it was just overall good vibes and such a fun event to go to. So yeah.
I like it. I like it. I also I got the fact checkers on the team to double check about the witch.
Yes.
And by the fact checkers on the team, I mean me. But anyway, Cynthia, who you were just referencing, she plays Elphaba. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but she's the Wicked Witch of the West.
The West. Yeah, I was like, that sounded right when I said it the first time.
West Coast. Anyway.
But now I will remember. So yeah, that was last Thursday. And so there are a lot of conferences that I'm noticing that are popping up geared towards that AI. So if you haven't messed with AI yet, I highly encourage you to go use the chat GPTs, go use the image generators, go use the image to video generators. They're not perfect yet. I think you have to pay like the premium subscriptions in order to get it really nice. But I use just the free versions of them all. Like I use, my favorite one so far is I think it's called Runway. That was like the first little clip that showed that I found that like it took Lorenzo's legs and like did it properly, like made him walk with his hands, because these other AIs like did separate hands and arms out of his body, which looked weird. And I didn't share those videos. Maybe I should share one just so you can kind of see like the AI wasn't given what I needed, like not yet. So let me see. Maybe this one is one. Okay, let's see. Okay, like look at this. Like I wanted to eat pizza, and you can kind of see it's almost there, but it's still like weird.
Yeah.
It's cool to just play, but like if you're someone who's more professional and needs animation and video, then it's not quite there yet.
Right.
Cool. It's cool to just see this little animation, so yeah. So go try out AI if you haven't. I know everyone's worried about it, but there are good things from it too, and it's always good to stay with the up and coming tech, because you don't want to be left behind, right?
Yes, yeah. Exactly. And don't worry, animators, I don't think AI is going to take your job yet, because did you see that first iteration? There's still a job. And even if it ends up being all AI, there's going to be jobs for curation, because you got to sit there and curate and recontextualize and prompt constantly. So just saying, like Val said, just get familiar, at least get familiar with the tools, even if, you don't believe it's relevant. Just get familiar with it. You never know. All right. Anyway, moving on to our next story. Very important. Oh, wait. I thought we were going to talk about our favorite sponsors B-Day.
If you look at the list, oh, no, this one. I got it. No, I got it wrong. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna skip ahead. We're gonna skip ahead. That's fine.
No, so the Canva conference was Thursday. Then on Saturday of this past week was the Cali Crypto Tour from Stand With Crypto. So for those of you who don't know what Stand With Crypto is, me and Creatress have actually worked with Stand With Crypto last year. Yeah. We were funded by them to go to South Carolina and give a workshop to the local residents of South Carolina to learn about their pro-crypto candidates during election season. So this was like last November, right when people were voting for who's going to be president. And so back then, we were advocating for candidates from both at like the federal level, local level, to have pro crypto candidates, right? So shout out to Stand With Crypto. That's what they do, is they have a lot of events and campaigns around the policies and around governments and these roles that play a major part in deciding how crypto and potentially NFTs, blockchain will be handled here in the US, right? There still needs to be a lot of regulation. So it's super important that we get these, votes to vote for these I guess these bills and stuff, So Cali Crypto Tour is doing this really cool activation where, of course, politics can get boring and learning about this stuff can be boring, or maybe like someone's not interested, right? So what they're doing is they're trying to create these cool activations, and they came to San Diego. And let me scroll here. We had Ape Water that was sponsoring. I think there were Spirit Punks that's sponsored with their alcohol, but they had the scavenger hunt, a Web3 scavenger hunt. And so it was so fun. This is Fari here, also a crypto girly here in San Diego. And so her and I got to do some of the content. I was doing photography. She was doing the TikTok content. And we had to go all around Little Italy, which is a city here in San Diego. And we had to follow these clues. And this clue here was you had to find the guy with the ape mask and you had to ask him a question. And the question was, do you hold ape coin? And his response was, only when I'm bored. And so then you had to go and take a picture with him and then tag Scan with Crypto and all your friends. And then at the end, there were teams, and some of the teams won. Let me show you guys, like, look at this turnout of the scavenger.
I was on team 4.
Oh, you were team 4. Yeah, Courageous was there participating. I didn't get to participate fully because I was doing the content, but it was really, really great vibes. And so, yeah, there was top 3 winners, and myself and my community, San Diego NFT Friends, we sponsored the 3rd prize. And so I should have taken a picture. I'm pretty sure I have a picture. I just haven't like uploaded it, but I handmade a mini piñata, which on one side of the piñata had our logo, the San Diego NFT Friends logo, and then on the other side had the shield, which is the Stand with Crypto logo. And it was so funny because since it was like little mini like piñata and it had like a little string, one of the guys on the team like just held it up for one of his teammates, and then his teammate was like punching it like it was a freaking, one of those punch bags like at a carnival. And then the candy just like flew out. And then what the real prize was inside that piñata was a physical burner wallet. And so if you haven't seen one of these burner wallets, they're really cool. They're about the size and thickness of like a debit card. And these are meant so that you can go scan QR codes, go receive and send crypto without having the fear of being hacked. These are meant to be burner where it's a one-time use. And so I loaded it with $100 worth of USDC coin to the winners, and it was up to them how they wanted to disperse it because they had team captains. So I was like, maybe maybe they want to give it to the team captain. But I think what they did is they split up the prize and sent the crypto. And I paid for the gas too, by the way. So was really excited to be able to sponsor something cool like that. And then, yeah, there was 1st and 2nd prize, and they got to pick from like a big table full of like merch and swag. Like there was these big like pudgy penguin animals, which, are collectibles, and sometimes people resell them for a lot of money. What else was on that booth? Do you remember?
I don't remember what else was on the prize list or like the prize pool, but they did have the chipped nails there as like giveaways. So I definitely grabbed some of those. I was wearing those earlier in the episode. Yeah, and they had board munchies also. So that was cool. Yeah,
the board munchies. I literally had board munchies today. They were an awesome sponsor at the event where go check them out. Their fruit mixes and their trail mix, so good. So here was one of the activations that I thought was so funny. Oh man.
My gosh.
So there was this part where you had to hold hands across the street with the Little Italy sign, and you had to either find another team to hold hands with, or find strangers who were willing to hold hands with you. And so look, they did it. They did it
Or another
successfully.
team. Yeah,
Yeah.
we had to get like some people that were like having lunch, look like they were on a date. They like I didn't go up and ask them, but like the other people on my team were like, oh, we need someone to take the photo. All of us are like over here trying to, make this chain. Oh, it was an interesting one. And then you had to make sure you didn't get hit by a car because it is
Oh
like
God,
the middle
I
of the street.
know.
So yeah,
And
that
this
was
was
an
a
interesting.
Saturday. And so, like, not only do people go, it was a nice sunny day, as you could see, but there was also a farmer's market going on.
Yeah.
So it was just like congested. And so thankfully, though, they had like a traffic guy. And I was like, oh, okay, this helps.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
Since I know you participated throughout the full thing, like I know, did you guys do the elevator picture where you guys had to find an elevator and then do a pyramid with each other? No?
No.
Oh man.
My team didn't we didn't do all the challenges. We started out really strong and then we lost a little steam after a while because there was a lot of there was a lot of things on this hunt, guys, and we didn't realize that we didn't have to do all of them. We thought we had to do all of them and then we had to go in like somewhat of an order. So we were trying to do them in order at first, and then one of our teammates actually. So I had a really good team. I was partnered up with one of my homies who used to, or who was one of the people that developed Wallet Guard. Which was now acquired by MetaMask. And then my other teammate was his sister, who it was her first Web3 event. So it was really cool to like just tell her my experience and be like, hey, make sure your brother hooks you up with like a wallet and like some stuff. She's like, yeah, he hasn't really. And I was like, so anyway, so we had that. We had them, and then we also had our friend Eric, who is, I forget what his actual role is, but he works with L Bank, which is a centralized exchange. And so it was us four rolling around, just talking about what we do and like trying to do the challenges. And then Eric actually decided to put the scavenger hunt like list of challenges into ChatGPT and asked it to optimize the route for us.
Wow, that's smart. Did it work? Like,
it kind of worked, yeah, because we were about to go to number 2, which was like pretty far out, like 13-minute walk at first. And then once he did that, he's like, actually, we're already here to do number 3, so let's just go do number 3 before, like, on the way. And so that was cool. Yeah, it was not a pretty good use of ChatGPT. And what's funny is he had already started doing that, and then my friend Ohm was actually suggested doing that. He's like, hey, what if we like put it in ChatGPT and and then Eric's like, I actually just did that. That's what we're doing.
Nice.
So, yeah, it was a cool team. It was a good team. And yeah, we did a bunch of the challenges. We did do the one where like we stretched across the Little Italy sign. Like I said, we kind of went back and forth because we're like, should we do this? I don't know. This seems a little sketchy. We don't have enough people. Like there's cars coming. Like, what do we do? What do we do?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we didn't even get to the elevator one. So at some point, part of our team had to take off to go to a wedding. So can't really get out of that, So we're like, all right, fine. And then it was just, it was just, 2 of us and we just quickly lost steam. So we didn't get to the elevator picture. We didn't get to some of the things, but I feel like it was a good team building experience for us.
It was. So, yeah. I enjoyed. I mean, like, so I feel you. I don't blame you at all from like losing steam, because as me doing the photography, like at least you got to stick with one group throughout the whole time and you guys are together. With me doing the event photography, I had to jump. I think there was like 10 teams. So I had to like go around and find them. And mind you, I was like, okay, maybe if I take my car, I can catch them faster. But Not really, because again, this street, it's a one-way street on Little Italy. It's packed. And so I just like put my car on the side and put the emergency lights on. And then I ended up like running up and down the blocks, trying to find everybody and trying to like, hey, do you know if any group is still down there at like the brewing, bar? What was it? It was where did you guys have to go?
I can't
Ballast,
remember. Something brewing. It was Ballast Point. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you had to go and take like the Jenga piece out. There was this big Jenga. Yeah. So I was exhausted too. But what was really nice at the end of that was they sponsored, Stand with Crypto sponsored a luncheon for all of us. So we went to Crack Shack, which is like a really good fried chicken, kind of like burgers and tenders and stuff like that. So yeah, they did that for us. So that was really cool. That was fun. So would love to see more Web3 events like that get people to come together, break out of their shell, get to learn about each other, like Creator said, like team building. So those relationships are important, once you're here in Web3, and who are the people who are authentic and genuine. So you get to know a lot about people when you do these challenges.
Completely agreed. So yeah, I'm glad I went. Yeah, looking forward to doing our own activation again with Stand with Crypto really soon. So stay tuned for that. Can't say much, but we are working on a couple things. So fingers crossed, and we'll be seeing you guys out IRL.
Yes. And so that was Saturday. And then Tuesday, I mean, this was like a busy couple of weeks. We had Keegan, who is one of our shout out to 10KTF Teaching Tuesdays. He sponsors our show. And so it was his birthday on Tuesday. So happy birthday again,
Hey,
Keegan. And funny enough, for those of you who maybe are not in California and you didn't hear about this, but San Diego had an earthquake that day. We had a pretty strong earthquake on the Richter scale. It was the people were saying it was like a 6.0, 6.1. I think it dropped down to a 5.2 earthquake. But because we were close to the epicenter, of course, it feels extremely strong. So like for me, it felt like someone put me in a cereal box and was shaking me. Like that's what I felt. And then after that, there was a moment where I was like, it felt like I was on a boat swaying like back and forth. I was like, I swear, I thought, I was like, oh shoot, is this the big one? Because I have not felt that strong of an earthquake since I was little, like since like the Northridge earthquake, which was what, in 1995. I was still really small, or 1990, I forget, but it was in the early 90s, and that was on a way bigger scale, of course. But I've experienced so many earthquakes throughout my life since then, living here in California, and the one we just had on Tuesday was a pretty strong one. So I got a little nervous there, but you could see I made a little joke out of it. I said, breaking, San Diego hit by a 6.0 magnitude quake. Sources confirm it was Keegan's ground game shaking the damn tectonic plates on his birthday. Even Bitcoin dipped. So yeah, just made a little joke out of that. But yeah, shout out to Keegan and his brand, Ground Game Strong. So yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Keegan, and shout out to me because I took that video of Keegan looking so cool.
That was the video. Yes. So actually, fun fact, this video was taken on my birthday. We all got together.
We're all matching.
We all got together, put on that same orange Bitcoin hoodie, went to Punch Bowl Social in downtown, and everyone was like, do you guys work for Bitcoin? And we're like, yes, we work for Bitcoin.
I would work for Bitcoin. I would happily be paid in Bitcoin. In fact, I have been paid in Bitcoin before. So
same.
Happy to work for Bitcoin.
Pretty
if anyone's
awesome.
got a job that pays with Bitcoin, please call me.
It's pretty awesome when you can get paid in crypto. So, all right, what's next? What's next
What
on
is
this?
next?
Oh,
Okay.
the upcoming drop from One Love Dow. I think if you want to share about that.
Yeah. So two things I'll say. First is this is alpha, y'all. This is alpha. I can't share very much at all. So this is going to be like just a little teaser, I guess. One Love DAO is actually preparing to do a collaborative drop. And it's going to drop in the next, let's say within the next month. And it's going to include a really wonderful variety of artists, including myself. I've been working on the art as well. And yeah, you're just gonna have to stay tuned because it's gonna be really cool. And that's pretty much all I can say. Besides, I had to make more than 10 artworks for this, and so did every other artist involved. So I think that's all I can share. But I'm very excited. And yes, stay tuned for that. The other thing is, if you are an artist, whether you're in the DAO or not, Jenny actually mentioned it in her interview segment. But that open call is still live. You've got another. Oh, I'm sorry, my phones are all going off. We have another week or two almost actually to enter that one, and that is a Mother's Day drop. So if you have any art that would fit that theme, or if you'd like to make some art to fit the theme, you still have time. And I am going to tweet out that link for you guys to go submit. From the There's Layers 2 account, and also from mine. So yeah, stay tuned for that. One Love DAO is always doing really, really exciting things. And I do know that the artists that are selected are going to be showcased in real life. It's not just a digital exhibition, although the sale will be happening through Tezos Object. But it's going to be also displayed at the Gates Hotel in South Beach, Miami. So yes, make sure you stay tuned. And if you haven't joined the One Love DAO and you would like to, you can always reach out to me. I'd be happy to share one of my codes so that you can apply. You don't have to buy a token. We actually onboard new members through a vote by the current members, but we don't use tokens, so you don't have to buy anything. You can just join the DAO if you want.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that you didn't have to have a token, but I didn't know that it's done by a vote from the people who are already in there. That's cool. That's cool. All right.
Yeah. Very excited.
I was just gonna say, I look forward to seeing these 10 art pieces because I know you were working really hard on them over the weekend, and I haven't seen what they look like either. So can't wait to see it.
Yes, I'm excited to share. It's hard to work on something for a long time and not be able to share it for like a while after, even when it's done. It's just like, I can't wait to share. So yes, I'm very excited, very grateful. And then I know that One Love DAO is going to be organizing an event in New York for NFT NYC. So if anybody is interested in partnering, get in touch as well. I guess I'm allowed to or able to share that I'm one of the board members of the One Love DAO, which is, officially like an incorporated entity now. And yeah, it's like the sky's the limit with it. We're always excited to bring on more artists and more partnerships that will help artists. So my DMs are open on that side.
Rachel Unchained. Hey, Rachel. She says, GM beautiful ladies.
Hey.
You both are amazing. Yeah, we got to see Rachel. We got to see Rachel this past Saturday at the scavenger hunt. It was so awesome to hear she was willing to fly down and hang out with us. And I know she was really busy also getting content. She was doing interviews. I know she interviewed Paul. She also interviewed you too, Creatress, I saw.
Yes, I can't wait to see my interview, Rachel. Please share it soon. I want to see it.
I was bummed. We were supposed to get an interview too, and we just ran out of time. I know Rachel had to get back up north, and yeah, it was getting late. So next
Limited time
time,
only. We had her a limited time only.
yeah, Rachel's a hot commodity. She's a busy gal, and I know she was a speaker as well on 10KTF Teaching Tuesdays this past Tuesday. So,
Yes.
So yeah, I need to hear back. I was starting to listen back to that Spaces because she talked about DAOs. If you need information on DAOs, then she is the girl to go to, because she is working with Decent DAO, and they're working on some good stuff over there. So she said it'll be out at the end of May. Okay, cool.
Oh, I wonder if she means I'll be out end of May, like she'll be out here in South, or if the interview will come out.
Right.
Either way, we're excited. Yes, and DAOs. Yes, speaking of DAOs, gotta give a shout out to the Nouns DAO, and I guess I can announce officially that I am officially announcer again. So
Yay, you got voted back in.
Yes, I petitioned and I applied to be announcer for the third time, and I have been accepted. I was accepted every time. The thing is, there's a voting threshold that you must maintain in order to be to maintain your status as announcer. Mm-hmm. So I'm not the only person who has had to reapply. In fact, many people have had to reapply because the voting threshold was changed throughout our time anyway, thank you to everybody who voted for me, everyone who abstained or said no. I just want to say, what the hell?
We'll make them see why other people voted for you. That you gotta see who they are. Maybe they don't really know much, because that's happened to me in Pizza DAO. I've had people vote against my proposals, and I'm like, what the heck? And then sometimes it's just a matter of like, they just need more details about what you're doing, what are your plans, what are your goals, and all that stuff. And then when they're like, oh, okay, all right, I'll change my vote. I've had that happen where
that's hilarious. So. Well, it's all good either way. I mean, it's all fun and games. I just the percentages were very skewed. There were only a couple naysayers, but I just always wonder, who is it? And the funny thing about that is that it's all anon. So right. That's what makes it really funny. I'm like, but either way, I'm very excited to be part of it officially again now. And thank you to everyone who voted with confidence and let me back in. So if you guys ever have any questions about the Nouns DAO, about how the governance in that works, including Little Nouns DAO, which is actually my favorite part because I actually have a little noun. I'm always happy to share and give you guys all the alpha that I can on how to get involved.
Sweet. Well, we also want to say hello to Isa La Artista, Creatrix's sister, one of them. She just moved to Reno, and we miss her a lot. So yes. People are coming and going out of San Diego. I want the girls here. Like, Creatrix might be moving on, and then Rachel's coming back, and then Isabel just left. I'm like, come on. When can we just all be together? All the crypto girlies,
Yes. One crypto commune.
Yeah. Oh my God. Remember that guy we met at NFTLA, and he was like producer, but then he's also like, yeah, I'm an investor, and like he does the influencer houses.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dang, made me think of some other.
Dang, we could use a house.
I was like, we can be the girly crypto influencer house. But what's next on this list? Oh, the space news. Speaking of all the girlies.
What a beautiful transition. Yes. A creator house in space. A girly creator house was just launched into space this last week. Let me pull up the names. The names. So, you guys, we don't need to tell you this. You guys already know this happened, right?
Mm-hmm. What was funny, though, was I did know it was happening. I just didn't see it because when was this? This was like yesterday, right? And I think I was like super busy editing our video, so I didn't keep up with the news and stuff. But
It
then
was
I
Monday.
saw, when was it? Sunday?
Monday.
Monday. Okay, Monday was a busy day too. I don't know. I'm always busy every day. But that day I remember I was like, yeah, like normally I love watching the live streams for these space things, but I was so busy I couldn't that day. And then it wasn't until I saw all the memes and all the skits on TikTok and on Instagram making fun of certain people who were onboarded on that thing. On the
Onboard,
space.
let's say.
Yeah.
So here's the official flight crew. This was Blue Origin's first all women flight crew. It was Miss Gail King, who's a CBS co-host. He was also joined by former rocket scientist Aisha Bow, civil rights activist Amanda Nguyen, film producer Carrie Ann Flynn, philanthropist Lauren Sanchez, and pop superstar Katy Perry. That was the crew, guys. And they called it, okay, I'll give you guys a little more. They went 62 miles above Earth's surface to the Kármán line, and which is like the internationally recognized boundary of space, right? So they went right over it. And this mission marked the 11th human flight from the Blue Origin's New Shepard program. So pretty sweet.
Just want to say real quick, creatress, your voice is coming in very clear, but your video's getting very choppy.
Oh no.
So I don't know if that's because all of a sudden you're like opened up another program, and so your computer or your connectivity might be a little laggy right now. But you look fine now. You look fine. You look great. Oh, you're on mute.
I won't open any new tabs. Thanks.
There you go. Yeah, I think I was like, I feel like it started because you opened a new tab. But yeah, what did you think? Because I know there's a lot of opinions out there, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, I think that I can see both sides of the debate. First of all, I saw a lot of discourse on why this crew in particular, when there's a lot of other female astronauts that have been waiting to go up. I saw a lot of people questioning like if there were any experiments done up there, or if it was really just like a PR stunt. And I don't have specific answers to those questions. Definitely not definitive answers.
I believe there was an experiment. The actual like astronaut who is a legit astronaut, she did do some experiments.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what. Yeah.
And decidedly too, I didn't look into it too much because I'm on the other side of it too, where I realized that space exploration and NASA and all these programs, obviously this wasn't done by NASA. This was a privately owned company.
Yeah, like Bezos, but who owns Amazon.
Right. Definitely not just like not really a government funded situation as far as I know. But I feel that any advancement in the space sector is always good. So, okay, there was an experiment. That's good. But also like, I think it's okay to bring more media attention to this sort of thing, whether it's good or bad. There's going to be more scrutiny on space flight now, on who gets to go, on what resources are spent, and like what actually happens. So I think, all of the women that were chosen were meant to be there for some reason or another. It might not be clear to us as like a wider audience unless we actually do some research on them. And but I trust that they were meant to be there, and each of them will have their own reach in their own community. And I think that'll be good at the end of the day for space travel, for space exploration and advancement. And if you are like one of those people that say like, oh, why do we need to spend all this money on space? Because like stuff's falling apart here. And I've been there as well. But also it's like, pretty sure like CT scan machines were invented partly because of some research that was done with space travel. There's been a ton of different things that have actually benefited people here on Earth that have come just as a natural kind of like byproduct of space exploration. So I think at the end of the day, I think it was a positive thing, regardless of who was chosen, or even if it was primarily for the PR aspect. I think it's still a positive sum here. So yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that actually. Like for me, I mean, I think sometimes like we have to be careful with the media too, whether that's from creators who are putting out video content with skits or memes and stuff like that, and of course with the news say. But just like how I said, like, oh, I knew that they were going up there and I was so busy that day. But like I saw the videos. Like I saw like just like the space videos of like them landing, and then of course when they were like in zero gravity and stuff like that, before I saw all the skits and people having their opinions. For me, what my initial thought was like, damn, this is awesome. Like now it's feeling more and more of a reality for anyone to go up there, because now I'm seeing these private funded space, companies being able to do these things that supposedly all these other like NASA have been wanting to do. And of course, there's a lot of political things behind that of why they were slowed down or why they didn't do it and stuff like that. But I think it's awesome that people who have this money, like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk with his SpaceX, are also helping to pioneer the space exploration. And so by not only just having astronauts, real professional astronauts who have taken many, many hours and many, many years to learn, their profession, but then that the everyday person, even if they are a celebrity, can go up there. Because at first, when this was happening, I was like, well, you have to ask yourself, would you go up on space? Like if you had the opportunity? And I think it was a little scary for me to think about that. But now that I'm seeing it come up more and more, and, they're coming back safely, I'm like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I would go do it. And it's starting to feel like it can happen in my lifetime. And, who knows how much it will cost, but I think it's going to be one of those things where it costs thousands, maybe even millions of dollars to get a seat on board. But then as it becomes cheaper to make these rockets and they find better ways to fuel them, then prices will go down, hopefully for the average person, just like how some of these expensive cars, I think of Tesla a lot, because those cars were really expensive, full electric vehicles. They help our planet. But then now that they've made so many and learned how to, make them cheaper, people like me and Keegan can afford one, so it's really nice. So I just feel like in my lifetime, I will be able to go up in space, and also to see these older women and men go up there, right? Like William Shatner, he was like on the flight in the first Blue Origin one. That guy's real old. And I'm like, damn, if he could do it at that age, maybe it's cool if I do it too at that age. If I'm still walking and kicking and breathing, why not? So that was my initial take. And then, of course, it starts getting skewed because then I see other people's opinions and I'm like, wait a minute, that is a good point. That is a good point. But I think at the end of the day, I still feel the same, that I think this is great. It puts more eyes on it. People are seeing all the great things that humans can achieve. And we can achieve a lot when we work together. So I think, that's what I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree too. I think it does. It is going to do that. It'll make it more comfortable for people. Because I was like, dang, Katy Perry's going. Like, what if something happens? But like, she went and came back no problem. It seems. So if she can do it, I think we can do it for sure.
Exactly. And I think that was probably their main message. But then, of course, these videos come out and then they're like, wait a minute, my favorite one is seeing with Katy Perry floating, like looking at the flower.
That was really funny. I'll just
That
say
was
that.
hilarious.
That was actually really fun. I was like, okay, this is where we are. This is where we
Yeah.
are. And I just thought it was cute that the flower went actually too. And then she came out holding the flower. Like, this flower went
Right.
and came back to space. And I wonder, I'm like, what is she gonna do with the flower? Like, is that flower gonna be framed somewhere? I don't know. I just thought that was a funny thing. I love flowers. So that was
I was like, maybe there's a deeper meaning there, right? Like maybe it has
sure.
something to do with her kids or something, like they something like that. Because like
Yeah.
I think about her and Orlando Bloom. I used to teach their kids how to swim, so I'm like, that's also another layer to this, is that I've known them in person. I don't know if they remember me, but back then, spoke to them every day, told them how their kid was doing in swim class, yada yada yada. So like, just knowing I seen this person in the flesh, and then now to see them in space, I'm like, whoa, that
is really wild. That is wild.
Right.
Shout out to Orlando Bloom. Okay.
Yes. Next.
Haven't thought about him in a while.
Oh, what did she say? Oh, wait, Isabel said, let's see, what did she say? She said a few things. She said they were talking about space travel for hospitality, and tourism. When she
there's
was
going to be
in college in
a hotel.
2015. Wow.
I heard there's a hotel coming 2027. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been talking about it for a while. So she's like, yeah, it's a high probability. She said she was enjoying the memes. I also too was laughing.
There were some really funny.
Oh, she said her daughter's name is Daisy. There you go. I had a feeling. I was like, this has to be related to her kids in some way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you. Thank you, fact checkers, and giving us the info here that we need to clarify it all.
Definitely. Well, moving on to our next story.
Yes.
What else do we have? I think we're coming up. We're also coming up to the end of our show. By the way.
Yes.
So eat Cinco de Mayo. That's what's next. Okay, I guess I could share just their tweet. Let me see. Here we go. Eat Cinco de Mayo hackathon. So there's a hackathon coming up that I am hoping to be a part of. It is Eat Cinco de Mayo, and it's actually taking place in Mexico City, May 1st until May 4th. And their hope is to onboard 1,000 new devs to Web3, including many in Mexico City or in just Mexico in general. So as you may or may not know, I am from Mexico. I was born there. I lived there until I was 10 years old. And I am making my way back. So I will be in Mexico during this conference, and it's highly likely that I'll be there in person. So do stay tuned. Or if you'd like to sponsor some live reporting or a performance there, get in touch. But yeah, this is the next event that's on my radar. And I know they are still taking applications for hackers, volunteers, mentors. And yeah, I think it's going to be cool. The last hackathon that I went to in Mexico City was an ETH Global, which I got to perform for, and during the opening ceremony. And then they had Vitalik there giving a talk. And so these are really well attended. I believe the Nouns were also involved in that one. That was the first Nouns Feria that they did with Nouns Amigos. So yeah, I'm really excited. Cinco de Mayo, for anyone who doesn't know, is celebrated here in the United States because it's when the Mexican, I don't know if it was the actual Mexican army, but it was Mexico, the people fighting for Mexico, defeated the French, who had their eyesight on coming to the U.S. So they're like, oh, we'll just go through Mexico and quickly trample over them, and then make our way up to the United States and take over the U.S. Right? Because this is back in the day when the U.S. was just being formed, and so the French wanted to take it for themselves, but that didn't happen. Obviously, we're still here. And it was all thanks to the Mexicans who actually defeated the French in that moment. and single-handedly saved the United States. So you're welcome to everybody who's here in the United States. In case you are one of those people that doesn't like immigrants or has anything mean to say about Mexicans, I just want to say that we saved your ass a long time ago. You wouldn't be here enjoying all the things that you're enjoying if it wasn't for us. And that's what we're celebrating on Cinco de Mayo.
Okay, great history lesson. It is not Independence Day. That's
a different one.
Independence Day is
September.
like what, in September, or is it October?
September 16th, yes.
September, yeah.
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
okay. East Cinco de Mayo. Got it. Awesome.
Yes. Come on down.
I was really tempted. I know we were talking with, was it Sophie? Let me see. Let me get her name from World of Women. Shelly.
Yeah, World of Women, I believe, is going to have an activation there, and so look out for that.
When she was telling me, they were considering going there. I know they have ECC and some other things that are international as well. But when she was telling me about it, I was like, oh man, she's making me really want to go. So maybe you'll see me there too.
Hey, okay. That would be really cool. That would be our first international show.
Ooh, yes, that would. Okay. All right, I'll look into it. I will look into it.
Yeah, stay tuned, everybody. But yeah, okay. What else do we have? It was pretty much just that. That was the last thing on our agenda. The other, anything else you wanna share?
I'm trying to find the GIF. Remember, I don't know if you saw the one that I did with where it was like, here's your reminder, like go outside and smell a flower today. I didn't realize. I was like, oh my God, that reminded me of like the Katy Perry thing we were talking about.
That would have been perfect.
That was unintentional, but I was like, I want to find it. I don't know. I have so many like little gifts that I made here, but it's all good. It's all good. You guys can rewatch the episode if you want to see that. But yeah, other than that, I think that pretty much concludes our show. We do want to say that, obviously we know today is a Thursday. So we're a little off schedule, but that was because we were getting some pre-recorded content at NFTLA on Tuesday. But we are very consistent on making sure we do show up in the week for our community, for you guys to fill you in on everything that's going on, what things that we're a part of and things that like you can be a part of too. So if you've got a company, brand, project, or service you need some promotion for, well, please think of us. We are always here. We talk about everything from art, Web3, toads, skateboarding, lasagna, and the vibe. So if you're looking for that kind of vibe for people to get to know your brand or whatever it is, then your company can go here on the ticker at the bottom. And so if you're interested in sponsoring us, definitely DM us for those opportunities. We do this voluntarily, but it is really nice when, we get some funding so we can put on a bigger production. And, not only does it help us, but it helps our viewers to make this entertaining, because I think we need more content like this around Web3. I think we're getting away from those white papers. Save those for the developers, but for the average person learning about crypto, this is way funner, way more digestible. So think about that. If you got some sort of service in the Web3 space, and you can count on us to break it down for people and wrap it up in an entertaining way. So yeah, with that being
digestible because lasagna.
Yeah, more digestible because of lasagna. Lasagna has layers. Blockchain has layers. We have layers. So think about it.
Get in touch.
Well, get in touch. And guys, I think that's the end of our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like and share it out to your friends and family who want to know more about what's going on. Maybe it can help them. And we'll see you next Tuesday at 1 p.m. because we are going to be doing a giveaway, or at least giving you more details. We got to coordinate with Shelly from World of Women. Shout out to Shelly, who gave us that big, World of Women Monopoly limited edition game. But yeah, so stay tuned if you want to win one of those. And speaking of giveaways, I do have a few more of these shirts that I'm wearing. This is
Oh,
a
yeah.
collaboration with Sarah Bauman of Women in Weapons, which I own, and I love, love, love her. I have a big light up piece in my house that I got custom made. But yeah, so I have sizes medium, and I have a small, and then I have another medium. So 3 to give away. So if you're interested in getting one of these cute little crop top t-shirts, then stay tuned on our next show. Okay. All right, guys. And if any bros watching here, maybe you can give it to a friend or a girlfriend or your mom. It could be a cute little gift from somebody, even if they're not in Web3. Because I mean, this is cute. It's fashionable.
Yeah, I was wearing it yesterday, so I also yes, I can attest. It's comfortable. It's cute. It's World of Women. I mean, how can't go wrong? So we got a couple of giveaways already in the works, y'all. We got the prizes. Yeah, come back next week and see how you can be entered to win.
Kaylee says she's wearing hers. Nice. Love
Kaylee
that.
Hey. I love it. Oh my God. We covered so much and there's still so much to say, but we're going to have to leave it here. Please come back next week, guys.
All right. Well, that's the end of our show, and we will see you next Tuesday.